There are all kinds of theories about how you can do certain things in Rise of Kingdoms to increase your chances of getting a special talent on equipment when you go and craft it. And given that some of this equipment is incredibly rare, like legendaries and epics, very hard to obtain, very expensive to make, yeah, if there is a way to increase your chances, it's worth it. So in this video, we're going to diagnose or assess really the two main theories I've heard for how to get special talents on your equipment. And yep, stick around because this is time for the tinfoil hat. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming. Today, we're going to be talking about how to increase your chances of getting special talent equipment in Rise of Kingdoms, and talking about whether or not this is even really a thing, or people are kind of just getting lucky and making it up. If you like guides that help you get value and smash your enemies, consider smashing that subscribe button for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We're a sponsored content creator, and I've been thinking about this a lot, all right? I've been thinking about getting the best gear in the game. I mean, look, we're all collectors. That's a part of what makes this game fun. And who doesn't like to get really rare stuff? Well, if you could increase your chances of getting special talent, what does that do, by the way? When you craft equipment, there's a chance, it's very small, that you get 30% more stats when you put it on a certain type of commander. But the chance, as far as I know, is random. There are two prevailing theories for how this works, okay? Let's talk about the first theory, which is that every time you push Quick Forge, you have a chance of getting a special talent. And that chance is fixed. If it's a 20% chance, then it's always 20%. It doesn't matter if you just got a special talent or not. Every time you push it, there's a 20% chance, regardless of what happened previously or what's about to happen next, always 20%. To give an example of what that will be like, I have a 6-sided die here, okay? So there's 6 sides on this die. Every time I roll it, you have the same chance of getting a 6 as the previous time, because the sides haven't changed. Doesn't matter what you just forged. Every time you forge, if it's like a 6-sided die, you roll the thing, and you either got the 6, which I just did, which is kind of amazing, or you didn't, okay? That's my understanding of how crafting works. But there's another prevailing theory that's getting a lot of attention, and I wanted to figure out whether or not it could possibly be true. That theory is that what you should do is craft a bunch of stuff that's really cheap that you don't care about. For instance, you could craft these gray boots or any of these gray things, okay? Costs a small amount of gold, you craft it a bunch, and after you've crafted it a bunch of times, you have an increased chance of getting a special talent. Every time you craft one of these and you didn't get a special talent, you have an increased chance that your next craft is going to be special talented, regardless of what you make. That's the second theory. Now, I really thought about that, and I was like, what is the world in which that is actually true? That it's not just this 6-sided die every time you push this forge button. And there are two worlds I could think of in which that would be true. One is if there is bad luck protection built into the game. In other words, if they actually do increase your chance to get a special talent because you have made things just now that didn't get a special talent. And so your chances would go up and up and up and up until, boom, you get the special talent. And at that point, okay, your bad luck protection goes away and you're starting all over again. If that's how the game works, then like, yes, you should craft a bunch of gray stuff and then craft the thing you want. I don't think that's how the game works. But there's another possibility. And the more I thought about this, the more concerned and excited I became that this could be true. Now, to explain this next theory, I need to give you a little bit of context. So I'm going to give you the big picture, and then I'm going to explain why it matters. What if the game isn't calculating whether or not you're going to get the special talent every time you push the forge button? What if your next 100 forges, regardless of what you forge, have been predetermined to either be special talent or not? And it's just marching through that list of things that have been predetermined for, like, you know, the way that would work is your next craft might not be, the next craft might be, the next is not, the next is not, the next might be, right? Like it's already, they've done the random number generator, they pre-calculated the next 100 forges or however many. Now things get interesting because this brings us into a very different world, and I'm going to explain how this works using an example. This is called, I believe, the Monty Hall door problem. And this is a real thing. I'll have a link in the description you can check out later that explains this really in depth. I'll give you the quick overview. If you were lucky enough to be on a game show, right? And let's say you're on the Chisgule gaming show here, and I've got 3 chests, and behind one of these chests is 1 billion resources, okay? And I'm going to tell you, pick a chest, pick which one you think has 1 billion resources. And let's say, you know what, Chisgule, I'm going to pick this silver chest over here, okay? I'm going to come back to you and say, okay, I'm going to tell you for a fact that behind the gold chest, the resources aren't there. Do you want to stick with the silver chest? Do you think that's got the 1 billion resources? Or do you want to go with this equipment chest over here? Does that one have the 1 billion resources? What should you do? Now, there's actually an answer for how to approach this, where you've now had revealed to you that one of the chests you didn't pick does not contain rewards. Because at the time you first made this choice, there was a 1/3 chance the loot would be in the silver chest, and a 2/3 chance that the loot would be in either the gold chest or the equipment chest. Now, if I tell you the gold chest doesn't have the loot, but the equipment chest might still have the loot, now there is a 2/3 chance that this equipment chest has the loot. You should switch if I give you the option of switching from the silver chest to the equipment chest, because this is where you are more likely to find the loot. At that point, there's a 1/3 chance it's in the silver chest and a 2/3 chance that it's in the equipment chest. I'm explaining all of this because if equipment is predetermined, the order in which you're going to have special talents or not, then we're in a really interesting world. It's like this Monty Hall door problem, where you know that given that you haven't gotten the special talent in some number of crafts, you're actually more likely to get it in a future craft of something that you really want. So it would make sense in that case to go in and make a bunch of gray gear, and after you've done some number of saying, I'm going to pick a different door, I'm going to pick a different door, I'm going to pick a different door by virtue of making grays that don't get the special talent, then you switch to the one that you really want to craft, and now you've got an increased chance that actually the next thing might be the special talent, because you know some number of the previous haven't been special talented. This is a weird comparison, though, because unlike the Monty Hall problem, where there are 3 doors, there actually are a number of doors that we do not know how many there are total. In other words, it could be that there are 4 crafts until your next special talent, assuming it's all been predetermined, or it could be 10. You don't know. But either way, if it is all already predetermined, then going in and making some number of things that don't get the special talent, then switching to the thing that you really want to have a special talent should increase your chances of getting that loot. This is all some really far-fetched theory. I'm going to go and just try it out and see how it goes. I can tell you right now, my Alliance member Cortex, who, by the way, got imprisoned and rallied and was able to defend himself pretty well. Card up in the top if you want to check that crazy video out. He went in and he said, okay, Chisgule, I'll take your challenge. I'm going to make some legendaries and epics. Let's see how this goes. So he went and he made 3 cloth gloves, no special talent. He then went in and he said, okay, I'm going to make an epic. The epic that he made for his 4th craft was Dark Lord's Blessing and no special talent. Then he went and said, okay, well, gosh, now I've had 4 things not get a special talent. I'm going to go and make a legendary. So then he went and he made Shio's Return. So he's just made 4 things, no special talent. He goes to make Shio's Return and no special talent. So then he goes and says, fine, I've done 5 things now with no special talent. I'm going to make the Abyssal Visage. So his 6th craft, he goes and he makes the Abyssal Visage and no special talent. Okay, so we really don't know how this actually works. And even if it does work in this way where actually your next however many crafts have been predetermined and it's the door problem and switching might be better, we still don't know how many doors there are in that case. So you might just get wrecked either way, which was kind of the case for Cortex, and I feel bad for you, dude. So we're going to go in and we'll just make 3 cloth gloves with no special talent. Then we're going to switch it up and we'll go to a Delane's Amulet and see if we get one. I really don't think that if this is going to work. And even if it does, it doesn't prove anything because we might have just rolled this 6-sided die or however many sides there are in the actual calculation here and just gotten that. So we don't know, okay? Again, my belief is that it's just random every time you do this. So we're going to make cloth gloves, no special talent. We'll go back now and dismantle it. Okay. Now we forge it. Again, cloth gloves. Here we go. Special talents. Now we got to start over. That's really awkward. I guess I'll do infantry, but I don't need any more of these. Okay. Do over. Now we're going to go dismantle gloves. We're starting from 0 now. We'll dismantle these gloves. All right. We'll forge them. We're looking for, okay, 1 without a special talent. We'll do it again. Now we forge them. This is going to be 2. 2 without the special talent. Okay, now we dismantle them. And a 3rd one, perhaps without the special talent. Okay, 3 times we've crafted without the special talent. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick Delane's Amulet and we're going to forge it. And theoretically, I have a higher chance, but not a guarantee, in that weird Monty Hall world where it's already predetermined when my next special talent is going to be, that like, yeah, we end up with a special talent. So let's see if this works. All right, we go into Quick Forge. We got all these materials. I wanted to make this anyways. I'm going to hit Forge. And no dice. I really think that every time it's just random and it's calculated based on whatever the chances are. And no matter how many times you roll the dice, it's still the same gosh darn dice that you're rolling every time. I don't think there's bad luck protection built into the game to make it so that if you get wrecked a bunch of times, that eventually you'll get lucky and have an increased chance of getting lucky, that is. I personally feel that going and doing the crafting like we were earlier, making the gray materials, is just a catastrophic waste of gold. That's my opinion. But gosh darn it, if it isn't way more entertaining to believe for half a moment that you have any control whatsoever on the outcome. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments what rituals you do before you go and craft some magical equipment. Do you put on a tinfoil hat? Do you dance in a circle? Do you triangulate some, I don't know, whatever thing you channel to the universe to get your special talent? Leave it in the comments. I'll put a card up top if you're looking for some other videos I've done about equipment and the patch that was, at this point, I think a couple months ago, where they revamped all the equipment, and you're looking for my thoughts on what is worth crafting and what maybe you should hold off on. Consider throwing a like on the video if you found this entertaining or you learned something, and until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.